Hello traders, welcome to my new video. Today's video I'll be talking about how to trade breakout in boom and crash. So boom and crash, as we know, are very volatile indices, and you know that if you know how to trade boom and crash, and if you know how to identify breakout, you will always cash good setup and you move with the momentum. Breakout strategy is very good strategy in that when you take a trade based on a breakout, especially trading indices, you have the opportunity of logging in profits very early because price usually tend to move rapidly in our favor, and you see that our TP gets hit in no time. So I will show you how I use trend lines, horizontal lines, and then to identify breakouts and then trade them effectively. So let's move on. Okay, this is an example. You see how price have been rallying around here for a while. Okay, this zone, you see that price came here and it was rallying for a zone, assuming that we were still here, and then you just pick up your trend lines and then you try to connect the wicks of the candles. All right, so when you connect them, you see that you wait for the break of this trend line. As soon as the trend line breaks, it will give you a good entry setup. So I've made a video actually already, and I've explained how to draw trend lines. If you have not watched, I'll urge you to go back and then you watch the video. It will help you. I'm telling you, these videos will help you and improve your strategies, guy. It will help you improve your price action knowledge. So when you connect the wicks now, you now wait for a breakout and then you enter. Okay, you can see that when price rallied here, it rallied for a while, and after that it broke the zone. This is where the breakout happened. And when price rally like this, whenever it breaks out, it usually moves a great deal. Just imagine you entered here after this trend line. You can see that the trend line price was respecting this trend line until when it got broken. You see how fast it moved. I seen. So sometimes it moves and then it comes back and retest the zone before it continues. So you can see that if you had entered here, you would have made a lot of profit. All right, so let me move on and I'll show you many examples. Okay, you can clearly see price was hedging down, and then around here you see how price was moving. Okay, so you discover that when price is forming, let me say the wicks are trying to respect a particular zone, you just pick up your trend line. If you see that it is in relation with trending, it has a trending nature, you pick up your trend line. Like here, for instance, you connect these wicks. You can see you connect these wicks together, you come, then you connect them, just as you can see. I seen this. So when you connect them, you will see that after when price breaks this zone, you see that it moves a great deal. You can still see. So you see, this is where the breakout happened. You can see how there was conflicting pressure here to show that this trend line was effective. So as soon as you saw this bearish candle, it broke and then it moved right down. You can see if you had entered here and then you take your TP here, that would have been good for the day. So you can see that. So just watching this chart, you might not see this opportunity, but when you pick up your trend line and try to connect, you will see that something will come out of it. So let's move on guys. So this another example. As you can see, you see that as price respected this zone, forming this pattern called the symmetrical triangle. So I've explained all of these things in videos in this channel. So you can see when it broke, price moved up, and that was a great deal. And then if you enter, you would have made profit. Now look at this one. Price came here and then formed a double top. So what you do is that you go and then you pick up your rectangle, you connect. I seen when price moved up from here, you can see that when it moved up, it formed a top. it came back and then got rejected here, went again and then from another top, came back. You see, so you saw that this zone now was a neckline. Now when you connect this, you wait for price to break. You see that as soon as price broke this zone, you see that price moved right down. Just imagine you entered here, you would have been in profit. Sometimes price will go, come back and then maybe retest before continuing. So I usually take the breaks, like violent breaks, and then I lock my profits. Okay, so let's move on, guys. Let's move on. Okay, so you can equally see from here, you saw a similar scenario. You see that when price broke this zone, it came right down. So here you can see from here, you see that price moved right and then came down from a shoulders, went up from a resistance, came back, went up, and then you see that once price gets rejected in a particular zone twice, that zone becomes a point of interest. So note that. You see that when that happened, I start looking at picking up my toes to mark out the zones. So you can see how I did this. So you can see how price came here and then formed this and then created this zone of interest here. So now once I pick up my toe, I wait for this zone to get broken. So you should always be aware of scenarios like this. Sometimes it comes and retests, and then before you see the bullish candle, and then you see how price moves rapidly up. So look at it. So it happened like this. So when the zone got broken, you see that price came back and then retested before finally shooting up. So if you had not entered here, you could still wait when price comes back, retest, and then you see this bearish bullish engulfing candle. You enter, you will have still make profit from it. So guys, just follow up. So you can see pick up your trend line and then you draw. Okay, you try to sketch. So you see, just look at what has happened here. These are double opportunities. After you entered here, you discover that price came up. You saw a point of conflict here. When it broke this trend line, you see that price got respected this trend line when it came and then came back, and then when it broke here, you could have still entered, right? I actually entered this trade yesterday. Yes, I made money from this trade. It broke this zone, it went right up, came back, and then retested the zone. You see a bullish engulfing candle, and you can see I have just entered the trade. Okay, I've just entered the trade, and I'm pretty sure that I'll take some good profit out of it. So guys, you can see that is how you can use trend lines, horizontal lines, and then you trade breakout. And when you do that with boom and crash, you have a high probability of success, especially if you know how to identify this zone very well. So you might not be perfect at the beginning. It has taken me years. I've used this strategy for some years. All right, so that's why sometimes I just look at charts, I easily identify them. It might look challenging for you at the beginning, but just keep practicing. With time, it will become very easy for you, and you see that it is a very good strategy. So thank you for watching this video, guys. Make sure that you keep practicing. You practice it in a demo, and then you see how good this strategy is. Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, share, click on the notification bell to be the first person to be notified whenever I upload a video. Thank you, guys. See you in the next video.